Did you know that for most people over 60, the real damage to their muscles doesn't begin in the gym or with aging itself, but quietly, every morning at the breakfast table? It starts with that innocent-looking toast, that warm bowl of cereal, or even just a piece of fruit eaten alone. The truth is, after 60, your breakfast isn't just a meal. It's a decision that affects your balance, strength, energy, and independence for the rest of the day and the rest of your life. Welcome to today's video, where we uncover the most common breakfast mistakes seniors make that silently weaken the legs, and more importantly, the powerful foods that can help rebuild muscle and prevent age-related decline. Now here's the problem. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass as we age, doesn't suddenly strike in your 80s. It's a slow, quiet process that begins decades earlier, and the way you start your day either accelerates it or helps you fight it. Every time you reach for a high-sugar, low-protein breakfast, your body misses a crucial opportunity to stimulate muscle growth and stabilize your blood sugar. So in this video, we're going to walk through the worst breakfast foods that are harming your legs without you realizing it, and then show you 5 scientifically supported breakfasts that deliver exactly what your aging muscles need: protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals that help you stay active, mobile, and strong. And here's the best part. We're not going to recommend boring or complicated meals. These are practical, delicious options that you can actually look forward to every morning. We'll also explain the science in a simple, clear way. No complicated jargon, just real information you can use starting tomorrow morning. Because here's the truth. If you're over 60, you are not too late to protect your muscles. But you are at a stage where every choice matters, and breakfast is one of the most overlooked decisions. Imagine waking up, feeling steady on your feet, walking without hesitation, climbing stairs without that dull ache in your thighs, bending down without worrying about getting back up. That's what the right breakfast can help support over time. So grab a warm drink, settle in, and let's go through each of the worst and best breakfast choices, backed by science and focused on one goal: keeping your legs strong, your energy high, and your life fully lived. Are you ready? Let's begin. Section 1. Toast and jam, the sweet trap that wastes muscle. Let's start with one of the most common and most deceptive breakfast habits: toast and jam. It's quick, it's comforting, and it feels light. But for people over 60, it may be one of the worst ways to start the day, especially if you care about keeping your legs strong. Here's why. When you eat white toast topped with jam, or even so-called healthy fruit spreads, you're basically consuming refined carbohydrates with no protein and almost no fiber. That combo triggers a blood sugar spike followed by an insulin surge, which sounds simple, but has serious consequences for aging muscle tissue. Why? Because insulin spikes, when not balanced by adequate protein or fiber, don't just cause a short burst of energy. They lead to rapid muscle glycogen depletion and, over time, contribute to low-grade inflammation in the body. And inflammation is one of the key enemies of muscle maintenance in older adults. You see, after 60, our muscles are already more vulnerable to breakdown, what we call sarcopenia. And when you start the day with sugar and starch, without the building blocks of protein, your body can enter a catabolic state, breaking down muscle tissue for energy, rather than preserving or building it. Even worse, because there's no protein to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, you miss the most important window of the day, the morning, when your body is actually most primed to rebuild muscle after overnight fasting. Now, let's talk about the actual numbers. 2 slices of white toast with jam contain roughly 40 to 50 grams of carbs and less than 2 grams of protein. That's a sugar bomb with no support for your muscle metabolism. It also does nothing for your satiety, meaning you'll likely be hungry again in an hour, leading to more snacking, more glucose swings, and more inflammation. Over time, this can lead to a vicious cycle: weaker legs, poorer balance, reduced mobility, and yes, a higher risk of falls, fractures, and hospitalization. Now, don't get me wrong. A slice of toast won't destroy your muscles in one day. But when you eat that kind of breakfast every day for months or years, it adds up, and it becomes a hidden factor in age-related muscle loss. So, what can you do instead? The good news is that small changes can make a huge difference. Swap the white toast for whole grain or sprouted bread, rich in fiber and micronutrients. Instead of jam, spread on natural nut butter, like almond or peanut, which adds healthy fats and a bit of protein. And here's a simple but powerful idea: add a protein side. It could be a boiled egg, a slice of turkey, a Greek yogurt, or even a plant-based protein shake. Why does this matter? Because starting the day with at least 20 grams of protein has been shown in multiple studies to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, improve muscle recovery, and reduce age-related muscle loss. And don't forget fiber. Adding things like chia seeds, ground flax, or even a handful of berries on the side slows down digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. In fact, a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who consume a high-protein, high-fiber breakfast not only preserve more lean muscle mass, they also report higher energy levels, better focus, and less midday fatigue. So yes, toast and jam may seem innocent. But for aging muscles, it's a silent trap. A habit that drains your strength instead of building it. If your goal is to stay strong, mobile, and independent well into your 70s and 80s, it all begins with breakfast. And that starts with choosing protein and fiber over sugar and starch. The choice is yours. But now, you know the science behind it. Section 2. Fruit-only breakfast. Healthy but not for your legs. It may sound surprising, even counterintuitive, but starting your day with a bowl of nothing but fruit can be one of the most deceptive habits for aging muscles. While fruits are often associated with health, packed with vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, they also carry a hidden risk when consumed in isolation, especially as the sole component of breakfast in older adults. Let's break it down. When you eat only fruit in the morning, you're consuming a meal that is essentially a high dose of simple sugars, mostly in the form of fructose and glucose. Bananas, apples, grapes, pineapples, mangoes, they all cause a relatively rapid rise in blood sugar. Without protein or healthy fats to slow absorption, this leads to a sharp glucose spike. And what follows that spike? A crash. That crash is not just about feeling tired or dizzy. It's also about how your muscles respond. After the age of 60, your body becomes more sensitive to glycemic fluctuations. Glucose highs and lows can trigger a hormonal cascade that promotes proteolysis, the breakdown of muscle protein. In fact, morning glucose instability has been directly linked to increased secretion of cortisol, a stress hormone that not only raises blood sugar but also accelerates muscle catabolism, especially in the lower limbs. You might feel energized right after eating fruit, but that burst is short-lived. Within a couple of hours, your insulin rises to counter the glucose surge, and as the sugar is absorbed into cells, your energy plummets. The result? Fatigue, hunger, and a tendency to overeat later in the day. Worse, if this pattern continues over weeks and months, it sets the stage for sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, which impacts balance, leg strength, walking ability, and even independence. Another hidden issue is satiety. Fruit-only breakfasts typically contain very little protein or fat, two macronutrients essential for staying full and supporting muscle tissue. Without them, the body doesn't get the amino acids it needs to repair muscle fibers, especially after a night of natural fasting during sleep. So what's the alternative? Instead of ditching fruit completely, the key is strategic combination. Pairing fruit with a protein and fat source can dramatically change your metabolic response. For example, a small bowl of berries with full-fat Greek yogurt and a spoonful of chia seeds. Apple slices with almond butter and a hard-boiled egg on the side. A banana sliced into overnight oats made with protein-fortified milk or soy beverage. These combinations stabilize blood sugar, provide essential amino acids like leucine, critical for muscle synthesis, and deliver slow-burning energy. They also contain soluble fiber and healthy fats, which prolong digestion and help regulate insulin. Clinical research supports this approach. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed balanced breakfasts containing at least 20 to 30 grams of protein experienced better muscle preservation and glycemic control over time. Another trial in endocrine reviews emphasized that morning insulin sensitivity declines with age, making balanced macronutrient intake at breakfast even more critical for seniors. In summary, fruit is not the enemy, but context matters. Eating fruit alone first thing in the morning can do more harm than good when it comes to preserving muscle strength after 60. Your breakfast should be a strategic blend, not a sugar rush in disguise. If you're trying to protect your legs, improve balance, or avoid the slow creep of weakness, then swap out the fruit-only habit for a smarter, more balanced plate. Your muscles will thank you with every step you take. Section 3. Eggs, nature's muscle rebuilding package. Let's talk about one of the most underrated muscle-preserving weapons on your breakfast plate, eggs. Simple, accessible, and yet nutritionally complex, eggs offer one of nature's most efficient packages for rebuilding and maintaining muscle, especially after the age of 60. You see, aging naturally reduces muscle mass and strength, a condition known as sarcopenia. But that doesn't mean it's inevitable. One of the best defenses against this silent muscle drain starts at the breakfast table. And eggs are front and center in this strategy. Why? Because eggs are rich in high-quality protein. One large egg contains about 6 to 7 grams of complete protein, meaning it provides all 9 essential amino acids your body can't produce on its own. Among them is leucine, the amino acid most directly involved in stimulating muscle protein synthesis. Leucine acts like a key that unlocks your body's ability to repair and build new muscle fibers. For older adults whose muscles respond less effectively to protein than younger people, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance, having enough leucine is critical. But eggs go beyond protein. They also provide a powerful trio for neuromuscular health: vitamin D, choline, and vitamin B12. Vitamin D helps regulate calcium and supports muscle contraction. Choline plays a key role in transmitting signals from your brain to your muscles. And B12, it's essential for red blood cell production and nerve function. A deficiency in any of these can weaken your coordination and balance, two things no one wants to lose as they age. Another remarkable thing about eggs is their bioavailability. Unlike some protein sources that require extensive digestion, egg protein is readily absorbed and efficiently used by the body. In fact, the protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, PDCAS, of eggs is a perfect 1.0. That's the gold standard. Now let's bust a myth. What about cholesterol? For decades, eggs were unfairly blamed for raising heart disease risk. But newer research shows dietary cholesterol from eggs has minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels for most people. More importantly, the nutrients in eggs, like lutein and zeaxanthin, may even protect against age-related conditions like macular degeneration and cognitive decline. So, how should you prepare them? Hard-boiled eggs are great for convenience, but if you want to maximize both flavor and nutrient retention, lightly cooking them with olive oil is an excellent option. A spinach and mushroom omelet in extra virgin olive oil gives you protein, antioxidants, and healthy fats all in one meal. Or try a soft scramble with herbs, served alongside whole grain toast and avocado slices for a balanced plate. Some people even enjoy golden eggs, yolks whisked and cooked slowly to preserve their creamy texture and nutrients. What's important is avoiding excessive heat and processed oils, which can oxidize the fats and reduce the overall nutritional value. For those with sensitive stomachs, starting with 1 egg a day and increasing gradually can be a gentle way to reintroduce this superfood. And yes, for most people over 60, the whole egg is better than just the white. The yolk contains nearly all of the egg's vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. In summary, eggs are more than just breakfast. They're a therapeutic food. Packed with complete protein, muscle-stimulating leucine, and brain-supporting nutrients, they help fight muscle loss, support coordination, and provide steady energy throughout the morning. So next time you reach for breakfast, skip the sugary cereal. Crack an egg instead, and start your day rebuilding strength from the inside out. Section 4. Turkish Greek yogurt plus chia, the probiotic protein combo. Now let's move to a breakfast combination that not only satisfies your hunger, but also works quietly to protect your muscles, reduce inflammation, and stabilize your energy. Turkish Greek yogurt with chia seeds. If you're over 60, your muscles aren't just at risk from disuse, they're under biochemical attack. Low-grade inflammation, especially from a disturbed gut microbiome, plays a surprising role in accelerating muscle loss. And here's where probiotics come into the picture. Turkish Greek yogurt, particularly when made with live cultures, is rich in probiotics, the beneficial bacteria that help balance your gut ecosystem. A healthy gut microbiome supports nutrient absorption, especially amino acids and vitamins critical for muscle maintenance. But more importantly, certain probiotic strains help reduce inflammatory cytokines that interfere with muscle recovery and regeneration. Chronic inflammation, often silent, is one of the key drivers of sarcopenia. Studies have shown that regular probiotic intake is associated with improved muscle function, particularly in older adults. But Turkish Greek yogurt isn't just about gut health. It also delivers a powerful dose of casein and whey protein, two high-quality proteins that digest at different speeds. Whey gives you an immediate amino acid boost, while casein provides a slow and steady release. This dual effect can be particularly beneficial in the morning, when your muscles are emerging from an overnight fast and need both rapid and sustained nourishment. And then we add chia seeds. Tiny but mighty, chia seeds are packed with plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, especially ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, which has been shown to support muscle cell integrity and reduce inflammation. Omega-3s also improve insulin sensitivity, which helps muscles better absorb glucose and amino acids. But chia goes even further. It's also a rich source of soluble fiber, which slows down digestion and reduces the glycemic impact of your meal. This is crucial for maintaining blood sugar stability, because sharp glucose spikes followed by crashes can promote muscle breakdown and increase fatigue. When chia seeds are soaked in yogurt or any liquid, they form a gel-like coating. This gel not only promotes satiety, but also supports gut barrier integrity, important for preventing systemic inflammation that can damage muscles and joints over time. Now, how do you combine these two superfoods for maximum benefit? Here's a quick and powerful breakfast. Take half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, preferably full-fat and unsweetened. Add 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes so the chia can absorb moisture and expand. Add a drizzle of raw honey for taste, and optionally top with a few berries or crushed almonds. This chia yogurt bowl gives you a mix of complete protein, probiotics, omega-3s, fiber, and micronutrients like calcium and magnesium, all in one simple, digestible, and muscle-friendly meal. What about people with lactose intolerance? Many can still tolerate Greek yogurt thanks to its lower lactose content and probiotic bacteria, which help break down lactose in the gut. But if dairy is a concern, you can opt for lactose-free Greek-style yogurts made from coconut or almond milk. Just make sure they're fortified and contain live cultures. For those dealing with morning appetite loss, a common issue in older adults, this light yet nutrient-dense meal is easier to digest than a heavy cooked breakfast, yet offers far more muscle support than a fruit-only or toast-based meal. In conclusion, Turkish Greek yogurt with chia seeds isn't just a trendy health snack. It's a targeted therapeutic meal that supports your muscles, calms your gut, balances your blood sugar, and energizes your morning. It's proof that building stronger legs doesn't have to involve complicated recipes or expensive supplements. Just a spoon, a bowl, and a little planning. Start your morning with this combo, and your legs will thank you, today, tomorrow, and years down the line. Section 5. Oats plus almonds, magnesium, and muscle fuel. Let's talk about a breakfast duo that might seem humble, but is actually one of the most effective combinations for sustained energy, muscle support, and even metabolic balance. Oats and almonds. First, let's start with oats. As a complex carbohydrate, oats break down slowly in the digestive system, providing a gradual and steady release of glucose into the bloodstream. This is critical for older adults, especially after the age of 60, when the body becomes more sensitive to fluctuations in blood sugar levels. Unlike white bread or sugary cereals, oats don't flood your body with a glucose spike followed by a crash. Instead, they offer long-lasting energy, the kind your muscles actually use to stay active throughout the day. Oats also contain a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan, which forms a gel in your gut and not only improves digestion, but also helps lower cholesterol and balance blood sugar. This fiber is crucial because it enhances insulin sensitivity, and better insulin function means your muscles are more efficient at absorbing nutrients and amino acids for repair and growth. But oats alone are just the beginning. When you add almonds to the mix, you supercharge this meal with one of the most underrated minerals for muscle health, magnesium. Magnesium is essential for muscle contractions, nerve transmission, and energy production at the cellular level. Unfortunately, studies show that many adults, especially seniors, don't get enough magnesium through their daily diet. The result? Increased risk of muscle cramps, fatigue, and even nighttime leg spasms. Almonds are one of the richest natural sources of magnesium. Just a small handful, about 23 almonds, can provide nearly 20% of your daily requirement. But almonds don't just deliver magnesium. They also offer plant-based protein, healthy fats, and vitamin E, which support cell repair and has anti-inflammatory properties that benefit both muscles and joints. When combined with oats, almonds help create a complete meal that includes complex carbs, fiber, protein, and healthy fats, all working together to prevent muscle breakdown and promote strength. This kind of nutritional synergy is what makes such a simple combination so powerful. Now let's make it practical. Here's one of the best and easiest ways to enjoy oats and almonds for breakfast: overnight oats. Take half a cup of rolled oats. Add 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk or any milk of your choice. Stir in a tablespoon of chia seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s. Then mix in a small handful of crushed almonds, raw or lightly roasted. You can also add a bit of cinnamon for flavor and a touch of honey or mashed banana if you prefer it a bit sweet. Let it sit overnight in the fridge. In the morning, you'll have a creamy, nourishing meal that fuels your muscles and keeps your energy stable for hours. Don't like cold oats? No problem. You can cook your oats on the stovetop and stir in chopped almonds just before serving. Either way, you're giving your muscles a breakfast that feeds them slowly, effectively, and consistently. This combo is especially important if you're engaging in morning exercise, walking routines, or simply trying to stay mobile throughout the day. The slow-burning energy from oats combined with the mineral-rich density of almonds makes sure your muscles stay energized, coordinated, and less prone to fatigue or injury. And if you've been waking up with stiff legs or feeling drained before noon, this breakfast could make a remarkable difference within just a few days. It's not magic. It's nutrition designed to support how your body changes with age. So next time you're reaching for a quick breakfast, skip the pastries and sugary cereals. A bowl of oats with almonds may not look glamorous, but inside, it's one of the most strategic meals for muscle health after 60. Because the secret to strong legs isn't found in supplements or complicated routines. It starts with what you put on your spoon. Section 6. Avocado on whole grain toast, the good fat advantage. Now let's turn our attention to one of the most talked about yet deeply underestimated breakfast superfoods, avocado on whole grain toast. Trendy? Yes, but also deeply rooted in science, especially when we're talking about muscle health, nerve function, and cellular repair after the age of 60. First, what makes avocado so special? It's packed with monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, the same heart-healthy fat found in olive oil. These fats not only support cardiovascular health, but also reduce systemic inflammation, which is a silent threat to aging muscles. Remember, chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the drivers of sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass with age. But fat is just the beginning. Avocados are also a powerhouse of potassium, a mineral often overlooked in muscle health discussions. Potassium plays a central role in muscle contraction, fluid balance, and nerve signaling. When your potassium levels are optimal, your muscles are more responsive, your reflexes are sharper, and your risk of cramps drops dramatically. In fact, a single avocado contains more potassium than a banana, but without the sugar spike. Next up, vitamin E. This fat-soluble antioxidant is essential for protecting muscle cells from oxidative damage. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at neutralizing free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage tissue, including muscle fibers. Avocado's vitamin E content helps shield your muscles from this wear and tear, especially when paired with a balanced breakfast. Now, why pair it with whole grain toast? Whole grains, such as sprouted wheat, rye, or seeded sourdough, provide complex carbohydrates and fiber, which help stabilize blood sugar and provide slow-burning energy. This is crucial for older adults who often experience energy dips after high glycemic breakfasts. Unlike white bread, whole grain toast doesn't spike your insulin and instead supports steady energy for walking, exercising, or even climbing stairs. Even more importantly, whole grains contain B vitamins like B1, B3, and B6, which are cofactors in energy metabolism and muscle enzyme function. When combined with avocado, you get a complete profile: healthy fats, stable carbs, muscle-friendly vitamins, and minerals. Here's a pro tip to take this meal one step further. Add a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on top. Why? Because certain nutrients in avocado, like carotenoids and vitamin E, are fat-soluble, meaning they require fat for optimal absorption. The addition of olive oil not only enhances flavor, but also boosts nutrient bioavailability, making this meal even more effective at feeding your cells. Want to boost the muscle-building effect? Add a sprinkle of hemp seeds or sunflower seeds. These not only provide crunch, but also contribute extra magnesium, zinc, and plant-based protein, key players in post-exercise recovery and daily muscle maintenance. If you enjoy a savory breakfast, try mashing half an avocado with a pinch of salt, black pepper, and a few drops of lemon juice. Spread it over your toasted whole grain bread and top with sliced tomato, radish, or even a poached egg. What you end up with is not just a delicious bite, but a scientifically designed breakfast that supports nerve-muscle coordination, circulation, and long-term strength. Let's be clear, avocado toast is not just for the Instagram generation. It is for anyone over 60 who wants to maintain their independence, stay mobile, and protect their muscles without relying on synthetic supplements or complicated routines. It's real food, working with your biology, not against it. So if you've been skipping breakfast or defaulting to sugar-laden pastries, this could be your game changer. One slice of whole grain toast, half an avocado, a drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of seeds. That's it. A small shift in your morning can protect your muscles, stabilize your energy, and feed your body exactly what it needs to age with strength. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is not found in a bottle, but in the quiet, consistent choices we make every morning. Section 7. Green tea instead of orange juice. Start anti-inflammatory. Let's talk about something that might surprise you, your morning drink. Most people over 60 reach for a glass of orange juice thinking it's a healthy way to start the day. After all, it's fruit, right? But here's the hidden truth. Orange juice is basically liquid sugar, and for aging muscles and joints, that's far from ideal. Just 1 cup of orange juice can contain 21 to 26 grams of sugar, nearly as much as a candy bar. And the problem isn't just the sugar itself, but how quickly it hits your bloodstream. Without the fiber that whole fruit contains, juice leads to a rapid glucose spike, followed by an insulin surge. This roller coaster affects not just your energy levels, but also triggers inflammation, a key player in muscle degradation and joint stiffness. But there's an alternative, a much better one. Enter green tea, a centuries-old drink loaded with bioactive compounds that fight inflammation, protect muscle cells, and even support mitochondrial function. The magic lies in a powerful catechin called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. EGCG does something extraordinary. It stimulates mitochondrial biogenesis, essentially helping your cells produce more of their energy factories. This is crucial after 60, when mitochondria naturally decline. More mitochondria mean better energy, more resilient muscle cells, and a greater ability to repair tissue after physical activity. Green tea is also rich in L-theanine, a compound that calms the nervous system without making you drowsy. Paired with its low dose of caffeine, green tea offers a gentle cognitive lift and focus enhancement, a clear contrast to the jittery spike you get from sugary beverages. And that's not all. Studies show that regular green tea consumption is associated with reduced markers of inflammation like CRP, C-reactive protein, and lower levels of oxidative stress in muscle tissue. In other words, it doesn't just wake you up, it helps your body age better. If you're someone who deals with muscle fatigue, stiffness, or poor recovery after even mild exertion, switching your morning juice to green tea could be a game changer. Within weeks, many people report more consistent energy, better digestion, and reduced bloating. Now you might be asking, what if I'm sensitive to caffeine? Great question. While green tea has only about 25 to 35 milligrams of caffeine per cup, much less than coffee, there are excellent caffeine-free alternatives that still deliver anti-inflammatory benefits. One of them is rooibos tea. Native to South Africa, rooibos is naturally caffeine-free and rich in aspartame, an antioxidant that supports blood sugar balance and muscle recovery. It has a smooth, slightly sweet flavor and pairs beautifully with a touch of lemon or cinnamon. Another great option? White tea. It's the least processed of all teas, meaning it retains more of its natural antioxidants, including catechins similar to EGCG, but with even lower caffeine levels. Its subtle flavor makes it perfect for those who want the benefits of tea without the intensity of green tea's taste. The key takeaway? Your first sip of the day matters. What you drink sets the tone for your cellular environment. Orange juice creates a pro-inflammatory cascade, whereas green tea and its cousins promote balance, energy, and cellular protection. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that juice carton, think again. Boil some water, steep a bag of green tea or rooibos, and start your day with a drink that not only tastes good, but also protects your body from the inside out. Sometimes the smallest change, like what's in your cup, can make the biggest difference in how your body moves, feels, and ages. Section 8. Supplements at breakfast, when and what helps. Let's now talk about something that often goes unnoticed, but could make all the difference in muscle strength and aging well, morning supplements. As we age, nutrient absorption slows down, protein synthesis weakens, and inflammatory processes become more active, especially during the early hours of the day. So if there's one moment when your body needs extra support, it's right after you wake up. Let's start with vitamin D. This is not just a bone vitamin, it's a muscle vitamin, a nervous system regulator, and a hormonal signal booster. Studies have shown that people over 60 who are deficient in vitamin D experience higher rates of muscle weakness, balance issues, and falls. And guess what? The majority of people in this age group, especially in northern countries, are low in vitamin D and don't even know it. Taking vitamin D in the morning, ideally with a small fat-containing meal like eggs, avocado toast, or yogurt, helps improve its absorption and bioavailability. Some even combine it with vitamin K2, which supports calcium metabolism, preventing it from settling in the wrong places like arteries instead of bones. Next up, creatine. Yes, the supplement often associated with athletes and bodybuilders is actually one of the most researched and beneficial supplements for older adults. Why? Because creatine doesn't just help you build muscle. It protects muscle mass, supports brain health, and improves muscular endurance and recovery. A daily dose of 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate taken with breakfast has been shown to boost muscle protein synthesis, especially when paired with a protein-rich meal. More importantly, creatine works synergistically with physical activity. If you're walking, stretching, or doing light strength work, creatine can amplify the benefits. Then there's collagen, particularly hydrolyzed collagen peptides, which have gained attention for their role in joint health, skin elasticity, and even muscle maintenance. After 50, natural collagen production drops significantly. And here's the kicker: collagen isn't just about joints or appearance. It's essential for tendons, ligaments, and muscle integrity. Taking 10 grams of collagen in the morning, especially with vitamin C, such as half a kiwi or a splash of lemon juice, can stimulate your body to build and repair connective tissue more effectively. Over time, many older adults report less joint pain, better mobility, and increased muscle resilience when collagen is added to their breakfast routine. Now here's something vital. Not all supplements are for everyone. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's risk-free. Supplements like vitamin D and creatine can interact with medications, such as blood pressure pills or diuretics. Always consult with your doctor before adding anything new to your regimen, especially if you're on prescription medication. Also remember, supplements work with food, not in place of it. They are exactly what the name says, a supplement to a healthy, protein, and nutrient-rich breakfast. So, how should a morning supplement routine look? Start your day with a balanced meal: protein, like eggs or Turkish yogurt, healthy fat, like avocado or almonds, and complex carbs, like oats. Add vitamin D, preferably D3, with a little fat to aid absorption. Mix in creatine powder into your morning tea, coffee, or smoothie. Take collagen peptides stirred into warm green tea or a yogurt bowl with a small dose of vitamin C. Hydrate, of course, always. And what about other supplements? Magnesium, omega-3, B12. They also play key roles, but your doctor can help decide which ones match your health profile. In the end, your breakfast is more than just food. It's an opportunity to protect your future strength, mobility, and independence. With just a few small additions each morning, you can create a foundation of muscular and metabolic health that carries you through the day and through the years with resilience. Start smart, supplement wisely, and give your body what it truly needs before it starts asking for help. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end. Thank you for choosing to learn. Thank you for taking your health seriously, because this is how prevention begins. If you found this video helpful, I invite you to like this video. It helps the algorithm show it to others like you. Leave a comment below. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Will you be making a change after what you heard today? I read every comment, and your experiences inspire me and others. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video about senior health, strength, and independence.